Hello and welcome to Bedtime Tales, where we listen to gentle stories, relax, and drift into sleep. I'm Sam, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Today, we will enjoy a dreamy version of the story. The Enchanted Library Beneath the Moonlight. This story is designed to guide you into a peaceful sleep. I hope that every story on Bedtime Tales helps you release your worries, fully relax, and enjoy a deep, restful sleep. The night was unusually quiet, as if the world itself had paused to listen. A silver moon hung high above, bathing the old stone path in a cool, shimmering light. You walk slowly, your footsteps softened by the moss that clings to each cobblestone. The air carries the faint scent of jasmine drifting lazily on the night breeze. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls, its echo hollow against the stillness. The path winds through a forgotten garden, overgrown and tangled with ivy. They're almost hidden behind a curtain of vines. You notice it, a tall wooden door, weathered and ancient, yet faintly glowing under the moonlight. Something inside you stirs, a quiet invitation, or perhaps a challenge. The air around the door seems charged, as if the very wood remembers countless stories whispered into it. Etched into the stone above the frame, nearly invisible until the light strikes it just right, are the words, "The Library Beneath the Moonlight." You hesitate for a moment, your hand hovering above the iron handle. A thought brushes across your mind like a feather. What if every book you touched revealed a memory not your own? The question lingers, irresistible and unsettling. With a gentle push, the heavy door creaks open, releasing a breath of cool air scented faintly of old parchment and candle smoke. Inside, a narrow spiral staircase descends into the earth, its steps carved from ancient stone. The glow of the moon follows you, filtering down through a circular opening in the ceiling, painting silver shapes across the walls. Each step you take echoes softly, as though the library itself is listening. When you reach the bottom, the sight steals your breath. Row upon row of towering shelves stretch farther than your eyes can follow.
Ow!
Their spines shimmering faintly as though dusted with starlight. The ceiling is high and arched, open in places where shafts of moonlight pierce through, bathing the books in a gentle glow. The atmosphere is thick with presence, not heavy, but alive. The books themselves seem to hum quietly, holding the sound of voices waiting to be heard. A warm hush envelops you, calming yet charged with mystery. From the shadows between the shelves, a figure appears, a tall, slender librarian cloaked in deep blue, with eyes that reflect the light of the moon. Their voice is soft, almost carried on the breeze itself as they whisper, "Every book knows a secret," they say, "but only under the moon can it be read." The words settle into you like a spell. Your heart slows, yet your curiosity sharpens. Around you, the shelves stand patient, their secrets sealed within countless volumes. And you understand you have stepped into a place where stories breathe, where dreams take form, and where the boundary between the real and the imagined begins to blur. The librarian's words linger in the air, echoing softly through the chamber. Every book knows a secret, but only under the moon can it be read. You take a step closer, and the shelves seem to shift subtly, as though acknowledging your presence. The faint hum that filled the library now grows stronger, resonating in your chest like the distant vibration of a hidden chord. The librarian gestures for you to follow. Their movements are graceful, almost gliding, as though the weight of the earth does not quite bind them. You move deeper into the labyrinth of shelves, past volumes bound in leather that gleam like polished stone, scrolls sealed with wax sigils, and tomes that seem to breathe faint wisps of silver smoke from between their pages. One particular shelf draws your gaze. Upon it rests a single book larger than the rest, bound in dark velvet, its spine embroidered with threads of gold that glimmer faintly in the moonlight. You extend your hand, but before your fingers touch the cover, The librarian's voice stops you. Careful. Not every story is ready to be told. Their warning is soft, not threatening, yet it carries weight. You pull back slightly, your curiosity only sharpened by restraint. The librarian continues forward, and soon you arrive at a wide circular hall. The ceiling here opens into the night sky, where the full moon hangs perfectly above, casting beams of light that spill directly onto a great table at the center. Upon this table lie dozens of books, already open, their pages shifting slowly as though turned by an unseen breeze. These are the moonlit volumes, the librarian explains. Stories that awaken only under her gaze. You step closer. The nearest book reveals an illustration so vivid it seems alive. A forest shrouded in mist. Its trees twisted into shapes resembling watchful faces. As you lean nearer, the ink ripples like water. Suddenly you feel the sensation of cool air rushing against your skin, the smell of damp earth filling your nose. The librarian notices your reaction and nods. The library does not merely store stories, it allows you to live them. You glance around at the open pages, each one holding a different scene. A candlelit castle corridor, a stormy sea where a ship fights against towering waves, a quiet meadow dotted with glowing flowers. Each book is a doorway, waiting. Choose carefully, the librarian says. The tale you open tonight will shape your dreams and perhaps more. A thrill courses through you. You reach toward the book with the misty forest, but pause. Your attention drifts instead to a smaller, less ornate volume at the far edge of the table. Its cover is plain, almost ordinary deep green with no markings. And yet, something about it pulls at you as if whispering directly to your heart. You touch the cover gently. The moment your skin makes contact, a shiver runs up your arm. The book trembles, and with a sudden rush, its pages flare open, releasing a stream of silver light that wraps around you like a veil. The library fades away, the shelves dissolving into shadows, till all that remains is the moon above and the glowing light of the story pulling you in. You find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient bridge. Beneath it flows a river that glimmers not with water, but with liquid starlight, swirling and sparkling as though each drop holds a fragment of the sky. The air hums with an energy both inviting and unnerving. Across the bridge, a dark forest looms, its trees swaying, though no wind stirs. Behind you, the librarian's voice drifts faintly. Every path tells a story. Walk forward, and the library will follow. Taking a breath, you step onto the bridge. The stones beneath your feet glow faintly with each step, lighting your way across. When you reach the forest, a chill settles over your skin. The trees lean inward, their branches arching overhead to form a tunnel of shadows. Deeper you go, guided by the faint luminescence of the starlit river, still visible between the trunks behind you. Strange whispers ride the air, some playful, some solemn. Shapes flicker at the corners of your vision, perhaps trickery of the shadows, or perhaps watchers hidden among the trees. At last, the path opens into a clearing. In the center stands a pedestal of marble, cracked with age. Resting upon it is a key, wrought from silver and glowing with a light that pulses like a heartbeat. You feel an urge to reach for it, but as your hand extends, the ground trembles. The forest stirs violently, and from the shadows emerges a towering figure cloaked in midnight mist. Its face is obscured, its form shifting as though woven from the darkness itself. The figure speaks, its voice like the rustling of countless pages turning at once. Keys unlock more than doors. Are you certain you wish to hold this one? The weight of the question settles on you. Your pulse quickens, torn between hesitation and the undeniable pull of destiny. The silver key continues to gleam, its glow steady, waiting. Behind you, the whispers of the forest rise in a chorus warning, urging, tempting. Ahead, the figure looms, neither advancing nor retreating, simply waiting for your choice. The story has begun. The clearing is silent except for the soft thrum of the silver key glowing upon the pedestal. Its light seems to beat in rhythm with your own heart, steady and insistent. The figure of shadows towers before you, its form shifting like smoke caught in a restless wind. Though faceless, you sense eyes upon you, ancient, watchful, and patient. Keys unlock more than doors, the figure repeats, its voice rolling like distant thunder, layered with countless whispers. What you claim here will bind you not only to knowledge, but to responsibility. Are you prepared to bear that weight? For a moment, you hesitate. The air grows colder, the trees around the clearing leaning inward as if listening to your decision. And yet, within the glow of the key is a calm warmth, a quiet promise that balances the unease. You step closer, your footsteps soft upon the moss. The shadow figure does not move, though its form ripples as if stirred by unseen currents. Extending your hand, you wrap your fingers around the key. The moment you lift it, the clearing is bathed in silver light. The ground shudders, the whispers of the forest swell, and the figure lowers its misty head, as though in acknowledgement. Very well, it says. The key is yours. But know this, each door it opens leads deeper into truths not all can endure. Seek wisely, and the library will guide you. Stray carelessly, and even the moonlight cannot protect you. With that, the figure dissolves, its mist carried away by an invisible wind, until nothing remains but the glow of your key. You stand alone in the clearing, yet not alone. The forest seems alive, stirred by your choice. The silver key feels weighty in your hand, yet also reassuring. You notice faint engravings along its surface, shifting symbols that rearrange themselves when you look too closely. A crescent moon, an open book, a single, unblinking eye. Each flickers, vanishes, and reappears in an endless dance. A faint pathway opens at the far side of the clearing, lit by small orbs of pale light floating just above the ground. They drift forward slowly, inviting you to follow. You walk beneath the arching branches, the orbs bobbing ahead like lanterns leading the way. The forest grows quieter now, the whispers fading into soft hums, almost like the lull of a distant choir. The air warms slightly, carrying a fragrance of lavender and pine. At last, the path ends at a great stone archway standing alone in the woods. Its surface is carved with intricate runes, worn with age but glowing faintly in recognition of the key in your hand. The orbs gather around the arch, then vanish, leaving you in silence once more. Taking a steadying breath, you raise the key and fit it into a narrow slot at the arch's center. It slides smoothly, as though it has always belonged there. With a soft click, the arch shimmers, and the empty space within fills with swirling silver mist. Beyond, you glimpse flashes of light and shadow, glimpses of shelves, staircases, and windows that do not belong to the forest. You step through. The air shifts, and you find yourself once more within the vast library beneath the moonlight. The familiar hum surrounds you, stronger now, as if the building itself acknowledges your return. Yet something has changed. In your hand, the silver key pulses with faint light, guiding you. The librarian awaits, standing near a tall window where moonlight pours through. Their eyes gleam as they regard you, a hint of satisfaction hidden behind their calm expression. You chose well, they say softly. The key is not given lightly, and now it binds you to the library's deeper halls. There are chambers even. I may not enter without it. Shall we see where it wishes to lead you? You nod, curiosity overcoming hesitation. The librarian gestures, and together you walk past rows of shelves. Deeper and deeper, until the familiar corridors give way to darker, narrower passageways. The air is cooler here, filled with the scent of stone and faint candle smoke. Finally, you arrive at a door unlike the others. It is tall, framed in black iron, its surface shimmering faintly like a pool of water, disturbed by raindrops. The librarian steps aside. This door responds only to you, they explain. Place the key within and listen carefully. You press the silver key into a narrow slot at the center of the door. Immediately, a deep vibration hums through the stone floor, through your chest, through your very bones. The door ripples outward, its form expanding like the surface of a pond. Slowly it parts, revealing a staircase spiraling downward into darkness. The librarian inclines their head. Beyond lies the chamber of forgotten tales, stories too dangerous or too sorrowful to rest upon open shelves. Some hold warnings, others hold truths that were hidden to protect those unready to hear them. But with your key, they will reveal themselves. You clutch the key tighter, feeling its warmth steady your breath. With careful steps, you begin your descent. The staircase winds endlessly, the air growing heavier, yet the glow of the key lights your path. At last, the stairs open into a cavernous hall. Here, shelves tower higher than ever before. Their books chained in silver bindings, their covers sealed with locks that shimmer faintly. The silence here is profound, yet beneath it lies a pulse, as though every story is alive and waiting. You walk slowly, the key glowing brighter as you approach a particular shelf. One book among hundreds trembles, its lock rattling softly. The key pulls gently in your hand, urging you closer. The librarian's voice drifts from behind, softer now, reverent. It seems one of them has chosen you. You kneel before the trembling book, fitting the silver key into its lock. The moment it clicks open, the air rushes, with a sound like 1,000 whispers exhaling at once. The book bursts with silver light, and before you can react, its glow envelops you completely. The library fades once more, leaving only moonlight and the beginning of another story. The silver light fades, and slowly your vision clears. You find yourself standing in a hall unlike any you have seen before. The chamber of forgotten tales stretches endlessly in every direction, yet it feels hushed and intimate, as though the very air has been holding its breath for centuries. The shelves here are carved directly from black stone, rising so high into the darkness above that you cannot see their end. Each book is bound in heavy covers of leather or metal, sealed with silver chains and locks that glimmer faintly. The silence is almost tangible, broken only by the soft hum of the key you hold, still pulsing with a quiet rhythm in your hand. The librarian remains near the entrance, their form blending with the shadows. Their voice comes softly, almost reverently. Few are permitted to stand here. Every book in this chamber is a story too dangerous, too sorrowful, or too powerful to be placed upon open shelves. Some were forgotten by choice, hidden away for the protection of the dreamer who might stumble upon them. Others simply refuse to be remembered. Their words drift into the stillness like smoke, and you feel the weight of countless stories pressing around you. The key warms in your palm, tugging you forward. You follow its pull, deeper between the towering shelves. The air grows cooler and faint whispers seem to brush past your ears. Indistinct yet strangely familiar, as though fragments of your own memories were being recited back to you. At last, you arrive before a book resting alone upon a pedestal of stone. Unlike the others, its chains are already unfastened, lying coiled on the ground like silver serpents. The cover is plain, black as midnight, with no title, no markings. Yet as you approach, the surface shimmers faintly, as if ink were shifting beneath the leather. The key trembles in your hand. You know without question that this book has chosen you. You place the key gently upon its cover. At once, the book stirs its pages rustle, though no wind touches them. Slowly it opens, revealing parchment glowing faintly with silver light, and then the chamber dissolves. You are standing at the edge of a deserted village. The houses are old, their windows dark, their doors hanging open. The cobblestones beneath your feet are cracked, weeds pushing through the gaps. A thick mist curls through the streets, carrying the faint scent of smoke and rain. The silence here is heavy, broken only by the soft drip of water from broken eaves. You feel the weight of the forgotten pressing down on this place, and yet something stirs. From the corner of your eye, you glimpse a flicker of light. You follow it down the narrow street until you come upon the ruins of what was once a grand hall. Its roof is collapsed, its walls scorched, but within the ruins glows a single lantern swaying gently, though no wind stirs. You step closer. The lantern's flame burns, not orange but silver, casting long shadows across the ruined stones. And in the shifting light, you see shapes begin to form, faint outlines of people moving through the village as it once was. They pass by you silently, their faces blurred, their voices like the echo of dreams you cannot quite recall. The librarian's voice whispers faintly, though you cannot see them. This is a memory too heavy to endure. It was sealed away to protect those who lived it, and those who might stumble upon it. Yet now, the story asks to be seen. The spectral villagers continue their silent routines, fetching water, lighting hearths, carrying baskets. For a moment, it is peaceful. But then the mist thickens. The lantern flickers, and the shadows begin to change. Faces twist in fear. Shapes blur into chaos. You hear faint cries, like distant thunder rolling across the sky. From the far edge of the village, a figure emerges. It is tall, cloaked in tattered robes that drag across the ground, its head bowed. In its hands it carries a staff of black wood, crowned with a crystal that pulses with a sickly light. Where it passes, the spectral villagers dissolve into mist, vanishing as though erased. Silence follows in its wake, deeper and heavier than before. You feel the weight of the forgotten settling more heavily upon you. The figure raises its head slightly, and though its face is obscured, you sense it is aware of you. The lantern flares brightly, silver light surging outward as if to protect you. The figure halts, its staff lowering, its form wavering between solidity and shadow. The librarian's voice comes again, calm yet edged with warning. This is the keeper of what was erased. Not an enemy, but a guardian of sorrow. It holds the pain of this tale, keeping it sealed from wandering souls. If you would know the truth, you must face it not with defiance, but with acceptance. You steady your breath, the lantern's glow warming your skin. Slowly, you step forward. The figure does not move, but its presence presses against you like a storm held just beyond the horizon. You lift the lantern from the ruins, holding it high. The silver flame steadies, its light pushing back the mist. "Show me," you whisper, though your voice is little more than a thought. "Show me the story that was forgotten." The figure tilts its head, and then, with a slow, deliberate motion, it lowers its staff to the ground. The crystal shatters silently, dissolving into mist that swirls around you. The village brightens. The shadows vanish, and the story unfolds. You see the village alive, not with specters but with real people. Children laughing, merchants calling out their wares, fires burning warmly in the hearths. The air is filled with music and conversation. It is a place of life and peace. But then, from the horizon, a darkness sweeps across the land. A storm not of rain but of shadow, rolling like a tide. The villagers panic, gathering together, clutching one another. The lantern, your lantern, was lit for the first time then, silver flame pushing back the shadows, holding the darkness at bay. The figure with the staff steps into view again, but now you see, clearly it was not a destroyer, but a protector. A villager who stood against the encroaching darkness, wielding the staff to seal it away. The cost was great. The village itself was sacrificed, its memory locked within the book you now hold. The lantern's flame dimmed, its guardian fading into shadow, bound to keep watch over the forgotten. Tale, the vision fades slowly, the mist returning, the village empty once more. The figure stands before you again, silent, staff broken. But now its presence feels lighter. Freed from its burden, it bows its head to you, then dissolves into the air, leaving only the silver lantern glowing softly in your hand. The librarian's voice returns, gentle and steady. You have seen what others could not. You have carried the weight of a sorrow that was not yours, and in doing so, you have freed it. The forgotten tale may now rest, not erased, but remembered by you. The lantern's flame flickers once, then steadies, a symbol of what you have claimed. The key in your hand pulses warmly, as though approving of your choice. Slowly the mist fades, and the chamber of books returns around you. The pedestal is empty now, the black book gone, its story released. The chains upon the other volumes remain still, their secrets waiting for another time. The librarian steps forward, their cloak whispering across the stone. They regard you with quiet respect. You hold both the key and the lantern now. Together, they will guide you deeper into the library's heart. But for tonight, you have done enough. Rest in the knowledge that you have honored a forgotten tale. The chamber dims. Yes. The shelves fading into shadow until once again you are bathed in moonlight. The lantern glows softly at your side, a reminder of the story you carry within you. You feel your body grow lighter, your mind calm. The hum of the library softens into silence, inviting you to rest. The silver flame steadies, lulling you into peace. And as your eyes grow heavy, you know the journey is far from over. But for now, the tale has been told. The lantern's silver glow rests gently in your hand. Its flame soft but steady, as though breathing in rhythm with your own heartbeat. The key, still warm in your other palm, pulses faintly, guiding you again. The librarian watches in silence, their figure calm as shadow. You carry both light and passage now, they murmur. The library recognizes you. If you are ready, it will open the way to its heart. At those words, the shelves around you tremble. The air hums with low resonance, like the echo of a vast bell tolling in some unseen tower. Books stir upon their perches, rustling pages as though sighing. Then far ahead, the walls part to reveal a long corridor. It glows faintly with the hue of moonstone, soft blues and silvers washing across the floor. With the lantern held before you, you step into the corridor. The air here is cool and sharp, carrying the faint scent of parchment and rain. Your footsteps echo gently, yet the silence remains soothing rather than threatening. The corridor narrows, then opens into a vast atrium. You pause, breath-catching. Here lies the heart of the library. It is a cathedral of books, its ceiling lost in starlight. Pillars carved from crystal rise like frozen trees, their surfaces shimmering with constellations that shift and flow as if alive. The shelves curve in spirals, stacked with tomes bound in materials beyond imagining. Velvet, stone, glass, even starlight woven into fabric. At the center floats a great sphere of silver light, suspended above a pedestal of black marble. Within the sphere swirl countless fragments of stories, castles dissolving into mist. Oceans roaring into silence, forests blooming in an instant, then vanishing again. It is not one tale, but every tale, flickering in eternal dance. The key trembles in your hand. The lantern flickers, its flame bowing toward the sphere as if in reverence. Then, a voice, not the librarian's, whispers across the atrium. You have come far. Few have stood where you now stand. The sound is soft, yet it resonates from every wall, every shelf, every book. It is as if the library itself is speaking. You carry light to guard you, and the key that unlocks paths forgotten. But to reach the core of knowledge, you must show what you are willing to surrender. The sphere brightens, and a figure emerges from its glow. Not shadow nor flesh, but a being of pure light. Their form shifts with every glance, sometimes cloaked, sometimes crowned, sometimes faceless. A reflection of countless stories at once. The librarian bows slightly from the shadows, acknowledging the presence. The keeper of the heart, they whisper. The keeper regards you silently, then extends their hand. The lantern carries memory. The key carries passage. But what do you carry within yourself? Only truth may open the heart. You feel the weight of their gaze. Not heavy but intimate, as if they see through every hidden corner of your thoughts. A hush settles. The library waits. Slowly, you raise the lantern. I carry remembrance, you murmur. The tale of sorrow freed. The memory of light kept alive. The flame brightens, steady and proud. Then you hold up the key. I carry choice. The courage to open what was locked, to step where silence guarded the way. The key hums an answer, its warmth spreading through your chest. The keeper inclines their head, though the challenge is not finished. And beyond these, what do you surrender? The question hangs in the air, deeper than any you have faced. To hold knowledge, to carry stories, one must release something of their own. You close your eyes, breathing slowly. Images rise, the quiet safety of forgetting, the comfort of never knowing, the ease of sleep without dreams, and yet to choose. I surrender certainty, you whisper. For stories are never certain. They twist, they change, they reveal more than one truth. I surrender my need to hold the ending so that the tales may live. The silence deepens, then softens. The keeper lowers their hand. Spoken well. You have offered what most cannot, humility before the infinite. Then the heart shall open to you. The sphere blossoms with light, flooding the atrium in silvery brilliance. Shelves glow, books stir, constellations ripple across the crystal pillars. The lantern in your hand flares, then calms, its flame steady as the pulse of the library itself. From the sphere, a single thread of light unravels. It drifts down like a ribbon of moonlight, winding toward you. When it touches your lantern, the flame expands, revealing shapes within. Not just one story, but a tapestry of countless tales, interwoven and alive. You feel it surge through your whispers of ancient kingdoms, songs of forgotten seas, echoes of laughter beneath starlit skies. It is not overwhelming, but soothing, like a lullaby sung in 1,000 voices. The keeper's voice drifts once more. Now you are bound to the library, and it to you. Wherever you go, its stories will walk beside you. Guard them well, dreamer, and let them guide you into rest. The sphere slowly dims, returning to its calm glow. The atrium fades into gentle twilight. The shelves hush. The constellations quiet. You feel the weight in your limbs, the heaviness of peace settling through your body. The lantern's flame softens to a glow no brighter than a candle, enough to guide you into slumber. The librarian steps close, their presence comforting. You have done what few could. The library trusts you now. Rest, for your journey continues when the moon calls again. Their voice grows fainter, like a lullaby slipping into silence. The atrium fades into darkness, cool and calm. The lantern flickers once more, then steadies. Your breath slows. Your body sinks deeper into stillness. And as your eyes close, you carry with you the quiet promise of the library that every dream, every sleep, is simply another story waiting to unfold. The silence of the heart still lingers in your body, heavy yet soothing, as though starlight itself has seeped into your veins. The lantern glows faintly in your hand, its flame calm and steady, no longer just a light but a vessel of countless tales. The key rests cool against your palm, humming with quiet satisfaction. The librarian, still cloaked in shadows, steps closer. Their voice is softer now, almost a whisper. You have seen the heart touched its light and offered what no other could. Yet the library is deeper still. Would you walk further into the eternal hall? The words carry no command, only invitation. Your breath slows. Though part of you yearns for rest, another part, curious, brave, and bound to the stories, cannot turn away. You nod. The librarian gestures, and from the far side of the atrium, a door shimmers into being. It is not carved of wood or stone, but woven of moonlight itself. Strands of silver, twisting like threads in an endless tapestry. Through there, the librarian murmurs, lies the dreaming hall, where stories drift between memory and slumber. What you see within may be truth, may be dream, or may be both. But remember this. Once you step inside, the library will no longer only live around you. It will live within you. You lift the lantern, and its flame flares softly in response. The key vibrates in your palm, eager and insistent. Taking a steady breath, you step through the moonlit door. At once, the air changes. The dreaming hall stretches vast and endless, a horizon without walls or ceiling. It feels like standing beneath the night sky. Though the stars here are not fixed, they drift slowly, pulsing like living things. The ground beneath you is soft, as though woven of mist, yet your steps leave faint ripples of silver light. Floating shelves drift in the air like islands, books resting weightless upon them. Some drift close, then drift away again, as though moved by unseen tides. The silence is filled with a gentle hum, like the low murmur of voices speaking just beyond hearing. You realize suddenly that the voices are not beyond hearing, they are all around you. Every whisper, every murmur is a story unfolding. Tales of love and sorrow, journeys and endings, laughter and silence. They surround you like the hush of waves. The lantern's flame responds, glowing brighter. The key trembles, pulling you forward. You wander deeper, each step carrying you further into the dream. Soon you notice that shapes begin to form around you, fleeting at first, then clearer. A forest of silver leaves rises on one side, its branches whispering lullabies. A river of stars winds on the other, flowing gently, its surface reflecting dreams not yet dreamt. The hall is alive with visions. Some are bright and joyous, children chasing fireflies. Lovers meeting beneath a tree heavy with blossoms, a weary traveler laying down their pack to rest. Others are somber. A ship fading into storm, a candle burning in an empty room, footsteps echoing in silence. Yet none of these scenes weigh upon you. They pass like clouds across the moon, ephemeral and calm. You realize that here, in the dreaming hall, stories are not bound by endings. They exist as fragments, pieces of an eternal mosaic. The librarian's voice drifts faintly at your side, though you do not see them. This is where forgotten dreams come to rest, and where future dreams are born. Every story that lingers here waits for someone to breathe it awake. Tonight, some have chosen you. Ahead you see a great arch rising from the mist. Unlike the shelves or rivers, this arch feels solid, carved from marble, veined with light. Within its curve hangs a curtain of silver threads, shifting gently like the surface of water. As you approach, the lantern flares. The threads shimmer, parting slowly, revealing what lies beyond. A vast chamber, open, circular, endless, serene, At its center floats a single book, larger than any you have seen, bound in light itself. Its cover shifts with colors you cannot name, hues that seem to exist only between waking and dreaming. The key grows almost weightless in your hand, as though urging you closer. When you step to the pedestal, the book stirs. Its cover lifts, and the pages unfold not with words, but with visions, swirls of color, flashes of memory, dreams you half recall, and others you have never known. You feel them brushing against your thoughts, slipping into your heart like lullabies long forgotten. The librarian's whisper reaches you again. This is the dreamer's tome. It holds no fixed story, for it writes itself through those who open it. To look within is to see not only what was and what could be, but what rests within your own spirit. You hesitate. Breath caught, then place your hand upon the open page. At once, the hall dissolves into dream. You see yourself standing beneath a moonlit sky. Yet it is not the library's sky. It is your own. You hear echoes of your past moments of wonder, moments of loss, laughter that still lingers, silence that still aches. You feel the pull of futures not yet live, drodes waiting, doors unopened, stories unwritten. The book does not tell you what is to come. Instead, it shows you possibility. Every path is a tale, every choice a thread in the tapestry. The lantern glows brighter, the flame steady and sure. The key hums softly, no longer a tool, but a reminder. You hold the power to open what is locked, to illuminate what is hidden, and then the visions fade. The book closes gently, as though it has given you all it could. You step back, the hall returning around yous, tars drifting, rivers flowing, whispers rising and falling. But now everything feels quieter, softer, as though the library itself exhales. The librarian appears at your side, their form clearer than before, though still cloaked. You have touched the dreamer's tome. Few ever do. Now you carry not only the library's stories, but your own, interwoven with theirs. Wherever you walk, you will never be alone. The tales will walk with you. Their voice grows fainter, soothing. And now, let the library carry you into rest. Sleep, and let the stories cradle you. The hall dims. The floating shelves drift into shadow. The stars above soften, glowing like embers in a dying fire. The river slows to a calm, mirror-like stillness. The lantern's flame settles into the smallest glow, just enough to warm your heart. The key falls quiet, its hum fading into silence. You feel your body grow heavy, your thoughts gentle and slow. The mist beneath your feet becomes softer still, like a bed of cloud. Your breath steadies, deep and calm. The librarian's final whisper reaches you, no more than a sigh. The library remains, and so do you. Dream now, and remember, every dream is a story, and every story a dream. The hall fades entirely, leaving only darkness, school, comforting, infinite. You close your eyes. The lantern's glow rests inside you. The library's whispers lull you deeper, and you drift, at last, into sleep.